Go bid the priests to present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
What is this, Caesar? Do you think you're going to go outside? You're not leaving this house today.
I will go out. The things that have threatened me have never seen anything but my back. When see Caesar's face, they disappear.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow. Worthy Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
Has Caesar sent a lie? Have I in conquest stretched my arms so far to be afraid to tell Graeber the truth? Theseus, tell them Caesar will not come.
Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. This is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. My wife Calpurnia has asked me to stay home. She dreamed last night that she saw a statue of me that was streaming pure blood, like a fountain with 100 spouts.
The dream has been interpreted all wrong. It was a wonderful, lucky vision. Your statue spouting a fountain of blood, in which many a smiling Romans bathed.
The Senate had decided to give the mighty Caesar a crown today. If you send them a word that you won't come, they may change their minds.
In this way have you will expound it.
Have when you have heard what I can say, and I know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them a word, you will not come, their minds may change.
How foolish your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I'm ashamed that I gave in to them. Give me my robe. I'm going.
Elizabeth. I am a reporter for James Lake News, and we are here live in Caesar's house in Rome. Hello, can we ask you a question? It appeared you were the audience of Calpurnia's speech. Since she was trying to persuade you, can you tell our viewers who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Oh, Caesar's beloved wife? Caprina tries to convince him to stay home due to the chance of him dying. I managed to convince Caesar to go to the Senate and not listen to his wife, Caprina, about not going out due to her visions about his death.
Excuse me, you seem to have been an important speaker in this scene. Since you were doing your best to be convincing or persuasive, can you tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself?
My name's Calpurnia, Caesar's only wife. I tried to persuade my husband Caesar to stay home, but he insisted as Decius and Brutus convinced him to go. In the end, I was just a loving, caring wife that wanted to protect her husband from danger as I knew he wouldn't listen.
Okay, what was the occasion of your attempt at being persuasive? In other words, what key event or events led to you saying your speech now?
Go.
What led to me saying my speech at this time was I had a bad dream and hearing about some weird signs that my husband would be killed.
What was the main purpose of your speech? In other words, in your attempt to be persuasive, what exactly were you hoping to accomplish and why?
The main purpose of my speech was to convince my husband, Caesar, to stay home to protect him from the death, but he wouldn't listen. Caesar cared about Rome so much he didn't care what would happen to him, and the traitors were all around him, especially his dear friend, Brutus.
Hello, can we ask a question? It appeared you were the audience of Calpurnia's speech. Since she was trying to persuade you, can you tell our viewers who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Caesar and I am the general of the Roman army.
What rhetorical appeal or appeals did Calpurnia use in trying to persuade you? In other words, did Calpurnia utilize ethos, pathos, or logos, or a combination of those rhetorical appeals? Additionally, can you explain how you know it was that appeal or those appeals that were implemented?
My wife using pathos to try to persuade me to stay home and not go forward to the Senate's house.
So, were you eventually persuaded by Calpurnia's use of rhetorical appeals? If so, why? And if not, why not?
Yes, I ended up being persuaded by my wife to stay home and not visit the Senate. She sounded very, very worried about me going. So I stayed and listened to what she had to say. But at the end, I didn't even bother listening.
Here's another question for you. Somewhere in the scene you said from line 17 to 18. Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arms so far? What exactly did you mean by that?
At this time, I said, shall Caesar send a lie? Meaning I am not going to listen to her about sending a fake lie to the Senate. I also said, have I in conquest stretched my arms so far? And this time I was saying that I've already reached so far in, why should I send a lie?
So, can you tell us what might possibly happen next as a result to what unfolded in this scene? Also, why will that happen?
I might just not listen to my wife and go. I'm very ashamed that I did listen to her tears.
Okay, that's it for now. This is your reporter, Elizabeth Molina, live at the scene for James Lake News. Now back at the studio.
Shimmy, shimmy, you shimmy ya, drank, swallow la la.
Oh, Sasha's beloved wife, Pequenia, tries to convince her to stay home due to
So, I will not come. This is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for my private satisfaction...
So, were you eventually persuaded by Calpurnia's use of rhetorical?
My name's California.